Hello, everyone, and
Hello.
we are here just going to be discussing the Game Pass news, which has dropped today, and it is a mixed week for Cloud, but it's a good week, I think, overall. So, Barry, what's your quick take before we put up the caption here?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the list of games, I think there's a little bit of something there for everybody, isn't there? I think it is a good, I'd say, a relatively rounded, solid week.
Yep, so here we go. I'm hoping this works here. I'm a bit nervous, but here we go. And the games coming are Just Cause 4 Reloaded, Outlast, Psychonauts, Red Dead Online, Steep, FIFA, I always say Dragon Age, Dragon Quest Builders, Final Fantasy 10/10-2, and Remnant from the Ashes going to PC. That's already on Game Pass. So, what's the standout for you with these games?
I mean, I think there's an element of the obvious one that goes to choice. It comes to mind, of course, in the fact that FIFA 21 is now coming into Game Pass, which we know is going to be dropping on Thursday. I think the other one that really does stand out for me is Red Dead Online. I think the fact that you've been able to purchase Red Dead Online as a standalone product, on other platforms. So the fact that has now come into, to Game Pass, I think is a great move.
Yep, it is. So I can talk about a couple of these games here and why I think it is a pretty good week and very, very interesting. And I think we're going to be talking about this a lot more on Thursday night in the Green Room Full podcast. And the obvious game is FIFA. And the interesting thing about FIFA there is it's not coming to cloud. We were talking about that last week, what is going on with that. And I think this just reinforces this. What is going on with the EA games in the cloud? There seems to be a sort of block in them, and they don't seem to be coming anymore. The next interesting one is Steep for me. Is this the first is it not the first? This is another step towards maybe Ubisoft Plus coming to the platform, because Steep is a Ubisoft game, and that is going to console and cloud, so that is great to see. And the other big game for me is Red Dead Online, because that means Microsoft on xCloud have the two big Rockstar games on their service and in the cloud, in GTA and in Red Dead. And I know it's not Red Dead Redemption 2, but the online version is where a lot of people spend an absolute load of time, and being able to play that on the go is going to be brilliant for people. The other interesting pick I'm going to put out here is Psychonauts. That is just the build up to Psychonauts 2, and I think that's just there to whet our appetites for that going forward.
Yeah, I know when I had a look at the Psychonauts trailer, it was kind of one that jumped out as could be kind of a really interesting addition, not only into Game Pass, but obviously into the cloud as well, which means that the likes of myself and obviously you, Duncan, we can play that in a browser, or we can play it on a mobile with our Kishis as well.
Yeah, so it's not. From a cloud's perspective, I think it could have been stronger. There is a big question mark here with Dragon Quest Builders 2, because that was initially said it was coming to cloud, and it doesn't seem to have cloud mentioned here. So maybe that's coming down the line, and they couldn't get that 100%ed beforehand. But it is really disappointing that they have announced it was coming to cloud, and it no longer is. EA stuff is EA stuff, and Final Fantasy 10/10-2, I'm a little disappointed that's not coming to cloud either. That's a Square game, so I thought there would have been a good possibility of that coming to cloud.
Yeah, I would have been with you on that one, because that was what I was going to say about Just Cause 4. Obviously, that's Square Enix as well, and I'm actually really intrigued to see how that runs. Obviously, we've got the likes of Outriders on the platform already, but certainly, Just Cause 4, it's kind of coming in at the end of the franchise, but it's one of the the latest in the in the franchise, and I think it'd be really interesting to actually see how well that does perform and run in the cloud.
See, I was multitasking there trying to get this up here. It isn't all good news. As we know, Game Pass is a subscription service, so games come and games go. The games leaving the service are Alan Wake, Battlefield Gothic, Armada 2, Dungeon of the Endless, Final Fantasy IX, Hotline Miami, Pebbly Quest to Crusade. I think it's just worth pointing out here that 3 of these games which were leaving are just on the PC side of things, while the other 3 are on everything basically. So, so it's a bit of a mix, but there always does seem to be more games getting added than getting taken away. And I think that the 2 which stand out for me for leaving are Alan Wake and Final Fantasy IX. I'm actually really surprised that Alan Wake is leaving because that was a Microsoft exclusive. So maybe the exclusivity is leaving because there has been rumors of Remedy making Alan Wake 2. So there might be something going on there. Maybe they've brought back the IP or something.
Yeah, of course, it is a possibility. And I think, like you, I was surprised to see it go. I didn't think it'd be going anywhere. But I think, there's certainly, if I'm not mistaken, are the universes between Control and Alan Wake not connected?
They are indeed. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to find out all this, what's going on. But again, we're going to touch on this in much greater detail. So this is just a quick roundup, and I'm just excited that we've got all these games coming, and the quality seems to be increasing. As someone has said, the games leaving Game Pass and the games coming into Game Pass, the games leaving Game Pass generally are not as good as the games coming into Game Pass. And that's no disrespect to the games. I want every game on Game Pass. But that is really it's just something to consider there as well.
It is. And I think the positive thing as well, I think in seeing kind of obviously clearly Microsoft have got commitment to the cloud. Out of those games that are leaving, you've literally only got one title that is currently supported in the cloud that's leaving the service, which is good.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for watching this. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we will see you on Thursday. And we hope you'll join us then.
Bye.
Bye.